Hi everyone. This is a video for a client who is requesting work with their knees and shoulders, who also has a wrist modification and problem. We're going to start out with some deep breaths, sitting in any comfortable seat, letting the diaphragm expand, the belly push forward. And then we'll start warming up the joints of the upper body. So bring some motion into your fingers. You could wiggle them, clench your fists, and then extend your palms. And let that motion move to your wrists. You can roll them in circles, flex them, whatever feels good. Now we're going to draw the torso around the hips, keeping a flat back at first, and then rounding if you like. So pushing the sternum towards the heels and then curving the back towards the back wall, opening up the spine, going the opposite direction, again starting with flat back. Maybe it feels or looks different to you on this side. Our bodies are not symmetrical. We're going to start rolling through, engaging both the hips and spine, just warming up the upper body. And grabbing your blocks or whatever props you'd like to have, we're going to support the forearms for a side stretch. So instead of placing your wrist or palm flat on the mat, place your forearm on the block or the support, effectively bringing the floor closer to you. Then stretch your arm overhead. Maybe you check to see that your spine is in alignment by pressing your palm into the back of your head, pressing your head back into your hand, and then starting the stretch again. Now here's the shoulder stretch if you want to engage it, or you can just keep holding your arm over your head. You can see I don't have a lot of mobility in my shoulder on this side. So yours may look different. Maybe you have more mobility or less. And wherever you're at today is fine. Maybe this doesn't feel good to you at all and you just keep your head stretched over towards your opposite arm. That's fine too. This is my favorite shoulder stretch right now, so hopefully it's effective for you too. So we'll come up to center. Take a breath in and go back to the other side. So again, getting set up, balancing on the forearm, no weight-bearing pressure on the wrist, checking the alignment with the head, reaching, opening up the side body, and then beginning the shoulder rotations again. Maybe this side feels different to you. Maybe you have more or less mobility or flexibility on this side.
Looks good.
And coming back up to center. Now to support your knees in various shapes, you want to have padding underneath your knees. Do so. I've got a blanket here. You could have a stack of blankets. We're going to go into tabletop. You can make fists pointing palms in to release pressure on the wrists or have support for your forearms again. So drop the belly towards the mat and then curve the spine up towards the ceiling. So all of this action you're pushing through with the sternum, not leading with the chin. Shins are down on the mat. Hopefully that's a more supportive shape for you if you have wrist trouble. Alternately, you can go just onto your forearms if you have the flexibility in your spine and hips. We just use the blocks to bring the floor closer to us. We're going to do some shoulder stretches on the wall. So come standing pretty close to the wall, put your arm up against it, and rotate your arm back like a hand on a clock as far as you can. So again, I don't have a lot of shoulder mobility, but ideally my shoulder would be touching the wall along with my bicep and my forearm and my palm. You can go as slow as you want. I'm just demonstrating a couple of different shapes here, a couple of different stretches. So you can see I have more range of mobility on this side. I can make a complete circle, both directions. Whatever feels comfortable and good in your body. And now this one is really subtle, so you're just going to kind of walk your sternum and your feet towards the center of the room with your arm and shoulder pressed flat against the wall. So you're pushing your sternum towards the middle of the room while your arm is placed firmly on the wall. Now I wanted to show you how to get set up for plank. So watch my shoulders here. You'll see them drop when my palms are down. Yeah, or when my fingers are pointing down. That's the kind of shoulder engagement that you want for plank. So here I'm going to do it again. Shoulders are up. Rotate down. That shoulder opening right there. Now I just rotated my forearms back up. Now keeping that shoulder engagement. Going to go and take plank to the wall. So we're not as weight bearing as maybe plank on the mat. Alternatively, you can do plank with your forearms supported with blocks or just forearms to the mat. Plank is an excellent shape for shoulder strengthening and support. Now this is for knee strengthening. This is bridge. Going to lie down on your back. You can use a support under your hips if you want, and we're going to do supported bridge, so you may want a block handy. So you're going to scoot your heels pretty close to your bum, and then you're going to make that little space in the small of your back go away. Then lift your hips up towards the sky. There shouldn't be any weight bearing in your neck or head, so adjust your neck as necessary. Then take your block and place it right underneath your tailbone, so the top of the block is in line with your hips. At any height, that's good for you. That's to put the psoas on slack. But while you're in this shape, you want to think about pushing that inner part of your knee towards one another. So here you are in the lift. You can't see this, but you're pressing your feet into the mat and your knees are actively engaging, magnetizing towards one another. Isometric contraction towards each other. So that will give you more strength on the inner side of your quads. A lot of knee pain is from weakness on that inside. And then my suggestion for Shavasana, and really ideally minimum of 5 minutes a day, is constructive rest. So you'll see that the legs are at a 90-degree angle, and then the hips are at a 90-degree angle. You can have support under your back or head, whatever's comfortable for you. But right here we're putting the psoas on slack to give that a break. I really recommend this for cyclists especially. To come out of the chair, roll onto one side, and push yourself back up to sitting. Thank you.